Hello, we're back at Africa Down Under again, and I'm at the moment joined by Mhingo, one of the most prominent mining consultants in Tanzania. Krista, thank you for joining us and thank you for coming to Africa Down Under. We've got a really large contingent from Tanzania this year, both Australian companies and officials and investors from the country. Is this an indication that Tanzania is in a new era of investment?
Yeah, thank you so much, Dominic, for having me. And I really thank the PDET Media for giving me an opportunity to be here. Yeah, it's true that the mining industry in Tanzania, it is really growing. As you see that now with the new president, Honorable Dr. President Samia Suluhu Hassan, she has been really supportive in bringing together the mining company, creating smooth process through the government negotiation team, to help the mining companies to sit together with the government to identify their issues and take them through and make sure that every company is comfortable. So that's why you see all of these companies willing, coming to showcase what they are doing in Tanzania. So it is a good indication for mining investment in our country.
Now, there's a number of different commodities and projects in Tanzania at the moment. We've just seen OurCorp involved in a big deal for their project, their gold project in the country. But it really strikes me that graphite is of particular interest, particularly to the Australian investors in Tanzania. Is Tanzania set to be a graphite superpower?
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. We have multiple graphite companies in Tanzania, and now that the world is heading towards the electrification of vehicles and so forth, we are really looking forward to be a superpower because now at the country, when we talk about the continent-wise, Tanzania is having most of the graphite companies which are on the pre-development stages. So I believe by 2025, most of the companies will be in operation and collecting all of these companies like Ecograph Limited, Lindi Jumbo, which is Walkabout Resources, BlackRock, and other companies like Evolution. All of these are very big companies. So if we consolidate all of them to make them run in 2025, Tanzania will be a superpower in graphite.
Has Tanzania got the skills base and the availability of labor and power, for instance, to be able to support this industry?
Yes, I would say so, because Tanzania has been doing exploration many years ago, starting with BHP, which was in Tanzania, very early stages of mining, and most of the mining senior are coming from Tanzania. And when it comes to graphite as a product, everyone in the world is learning about it, and being a geologist, you learn all the minerals. So what you need to know is the environment and deposition setting. And so I believe Tanzania has expatriates and people who can lead these developments in graphite.
You mentioned BHP, and of course the big Australian, as their company is called, has returned to Tanzania after a long time and is now invested back in the Kabanga nickel project.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about your thoughts on that project?
So I think that is a very good investment. The Kabanga project is a massive nickel project, and not only BHP. I believe other big companies are looking on the same project if they would want to also venture in it. So it's a good project, and with this stage of electrification of vehicles and all of these lithium-ion batteries, which we are having worldwide, I believe it's a project that is going to bring Tanzania in the spotlight in terms of the mining development worldwide, also in Africa.
Krista, you advised and consult to a lot of Australian companies in Tanzania. What is your most important piece of advice to both them and new entrants, new Australian companies who are thinking of entering Tanzania?
Okay, so my advice is whenever these companies come to Tanzania or any African countries and they feel like the regulations are not favorable for them, they should not run away. There is room for negotiations, because some of the times the regulations are being published without the stakeholders' engagement. So the governments are keen to sit with them to see what are the major challenges, and that is how we will amend all of these regulations to be friendly to investors. So they should not lose hope or try to avoid all of these regulations which they think is not friendly. They should sit down and talk to the government to be able to invest in the countries.
Krista, thank you very much, and thank you very much for joining us at Africa Down Under. We hope to see you again soon.
Thank you so much, Dominic.